All right, guys, this is part two of the whole thing. Unfortunately, it was muted. All right, so we're going to look at integrated mathematics unit one. All right, so we're going to start with numbers, coordinate geometry, functions, graphs, equation and inequalities, logarithm and exponents, remainder and factor theorem, sequence and series, matrices and system of equations, trigonometry, data and sampling, permutation and combinations, probability, probability distribution, and regression. And then you're gonna have differentiation, application of differentiation, and integration. And for paper two is probability, probability distribution and regression, data and sampling, presentation of data, measure of location and spread. 5. Function graph equation in inequalities. 6. Trigonometry. 7. Differentiation. 8. Application of differentiation. And 9. Integration. All right. So number 10, English literature. This is extended essay in 3 sections. Section 1, a drama comprised of 2 questions, one of which is prescribed text. Candidate must have answer 1 question. Section B, poetry, will comprise of 2 questions and the 3 prescribed poets. Candidate must answer 1 question with reference to one of the prescribed poets. And section C, prose fiction, which comprise of 2 questions of which candidate must answer 1. Candidate must use 1 Caribbean text and either 1 British or 1 American or 1 post-colonial text. And for paper 3032, it's an extended essay paper consisting of 3 questions, 1 of each modules. Candidate must write a critical appreciation of excerption from the play, a poem, or a prose extract, right? And supply trade, which is unit 1. All right, so concepts and components of logistic. 2, logistic and competitive advantage, intermodule and multi-module transportation. 4, globalization and logistics supply chain operations. 5, components of customer service. And 6, evaluation of customer service in logistics and supply chain operation. 1. And for paper 2.1, concepts and components of logistics. 2, globalization and logistics supply chain operations. 3, concept of customer service. 4, customer interface and support system. All right, so let's move on to MOB. 1, economic sectors and legal structure. 2, business objectives. 3, decision-making business organization. 4, group and team management. 5, strategies to manage conflict. 6, sources of financing. 7, need for accounting information. And 8, components of financial statements. And for paper 03 or 032, types of economic activities. That's 1, economic sectors. 2, legal structure. 4, formal organization structures. 5, function of management. 6, communication in organization. 7, accounting ratios. 8, budget. And 9, investment appraisal. All right, let's move on to physics. And this is paper 2, unit 1, effects of forces. 2, properties of waves. 3, mechanical properties of materials. And for paper 3 or 3 or 32, SI units, that's 1, 2, motions. 3, conservation of energy. 4, thermal properties of matter. 5, physics of air and I. And for sociology, types of social research, quantitative and qualitative, you must know the difference between those, the advantage and disadvantage of each. Mixed methods. 2, procedures of data collection, or can you collect data. 3, application of various methods. 4, advantage and disadvantage of various methods. And 5, factors influencing choice of research method. 6, ethical issues in research. 7, institution based on which have to follow it. Family, religion, or education. And for 8, sociology perspective in institution, recent training in the institution in the Caribbean. 10, stratification in the Caribbean, and 11, social mobility in the Caribbean. All right, so guys, pay close attention. And for paper 3, all right, one more for that, 12, social mobility and class structure in the Caribbean. And for paper 3, 3 structured questions based on research activities. This paper will test knowledge of sociological concept contained in the syllabus and skill of sociological research. All right, so let's move on to the next subject, and it will be accounting paper 2, unit 2. So 1, nature and scope of cost of accounting and management accounting. 2, cost classification. 3, cost curves. 4, overhead costs. 5, job costing. 6, activity-based costing. 7, marginal costing and absorption costing. 8, cost volume, profit analysis. And 9, budgeting. And for paper 3, manufacturing accounts, material control, cost classification, cost system, process costing. 6, marginal costing and absorption costing. 7, standard costing. 8, variance analysis. And 9, cost volume profit analysis. And the final one, capital budgeting, that is 10. All right, and we're on to geography unit 2, map reading skills, agriculture, transect survey. 4, urbanization. 5, types of economic activities. 6, settlements. 7, spearman rank. 8, solar radiation. 9, trisecular model. 10, global vegetation, type of distribution. 11, industrialization and economic activity. 12, agricultural and climate change development. 13, disparities in development. 14, life expectancy. And 15, Friedman core profit model. And for the paper 3, synoptic charts and isobars. 2, soil types and textures. 3, Bontonen. 4, types of economic activity. 5, economic sectors. 6, tourism. 7, disparities of development. 8, measures of the right here. And the next we move on to unit 2, sociology, sociological perspective of population, Malthusian, Marxism, Neo-Malthusian, demographic transition theory. 2, quantitative and qualitative measures used for explaining trends in population for development and developing countries. 3, population policy. 4, concepts development. 5, criminal behavior. 6, perspective on crime and defiance. 7, effectiveness of the institution of social control. 8, sociological perspective on the cause and effects of social issue. Cause, influences, effects, positive and negative impact. So you're going to explore all of those. 9, trend in particular social issue in the Caribbean. And 10, measure to the social issue. And for the final one, it is not applicable. All right, so guys, thank you again for watching part 2. I added it to misfortune if this is the first seat. All right, see you guys in another video. Make sure you like the video, guys. All right, see you guys. I'm out, no doubt.